After President Joe Biden and Secretary of State Antony Blinken's flurry of summits and bilateral meetings last week, Blinken is headed back to Europe for talks in Berlin, Paris, Rome, Bari, and Matera, Italy. Blinken, a strong supporter of transatlantic ties, is getting the red carpet treatment. He will meet with heads of state and government at all three stops, where climate change and the COVID-19 pandemic will be a constant focus. In Berlin, countering anti-Semitism and Holocaust denial will be on the agenda. Blinken will also attend the Second Berlin Conference on Libya, where Libyan delegates will be at the table for the first time. Expert Brian Katulis says Libya's future is looking brighter.
The main issue there is that unlike Syria or even Yemen, there actually has been substantial progress on the ground to try to pull together the different factions. And even in recent days, efforts to open up supply lines to get humanitarian aid in.
The growing threat posed by Islamic State terrorists in Africa and Afghanistan will be a central theme of the meeting in Rome by the coalition to defeat ISIS. Dealing with China is likely to be an issue at each stop, and perceptions over the challenge Beijing poses differ, says analyst Dan Hamilton.
The Europeans tend to speak of it as a systemic rival. The Biden administration has said adversary. So there are some wording differences here that reflect a bit difference in how sharp you want to be with the Chinese on challenges.
Another common thread of the trip is likely to be the rising threat to democracy around the world. Biden and Blinken have not shied away from uncomfortable conversations about real threats to democracy at home and abroad, says Jonathan Katz of the German Marshall Fund.
Frankly, at every moment since January, when the president took over, democracy has been front and center in almost every conversation. Diplomatic, press releases, communiques.
The threat to democracy from authoritarian leaders is real, warns the European Union ambassador to the United States, Stavros Lambrinidis.
It's not just the two of us in the world today. There are others trying to break the notion that democracy and freedom is a good thing. And in some cases, they're succeeding. Well, they have to stand up and listen, because the EU and the US are now together in the same room, and we are going to stop them.
Lambrinidis expressed confidence the United States and the European Union will do the hard work required to address the underlying social and economic issues that contribute to anti-democratic movements. Cindy Sain, VOA News, Washington.